You are a non-native English speaker and you want to join the ESL industry and definitely want to raise funds to relocate to that particular country. I have an idea for you. Please do pay attention and see if it's something that you can consider. Hi, my name is Mr. Austin Gavin Soprano. I've been an English teacher since 2015. I live and work in Thailand. On the previous video, I shared with you how you can relocate to a country of choice without having a bachelor's degree and maybe end up teaching English there. Now, this is more like an extension on how you can do it without using the skills of relocating in that video. Here's the idea. A lot of us who are non-native English speakers, most of the time we have to sponsor ourselves to those particular countries so that we are able to go and get the jobs and get the paperwork done. It's not very common, but it does happen. It's not very common that you get everything sponsored. You get a sponsorship, you get a flight ticket, you get accommodation. It's not very common. So we need finances. So how can you do it? First and foremost, and one of the best solutions is to join the ESL industry online. Join the ESL industry online. Get your TEFL certificate with teachers' records. You can get the certificate for free. And it's also on the platform where you can find teaching jobs. And now when you are working, don't worry about how you can get paid. If it's PayPal, you have not connected your PayPal with your school, definitely with your school, with your bank, don't worry. You will sort it out. You will figure it out later. There are payment methods maybe in the future. Once you are ready, you are settled, you've got the finances, you might even buy your ticket via PayPal. You might even pay for accommodation via PayPal. So all those other things, expenses, you pay through PayPal. And maybe it's not the only platform that you have that you maybe end up getting paid straight into your bank account. The other money goes into Wise. The other money goes into is it Pioneer or Pioneer? Something like that. So don't worry about where you're going to get paid. As long as you are going to get the job and raise the funds. You need to raise all the monies because you have to pay for your own flight. You have to pay for your own accommodation when you get there. You have to pay for all these legalization of documents, preparation of all the stuff that you need. Once you get here as well, there are certain hidden expenses that you would need to incur. Maybe running back and forth running back and forth with interviews, or you might also find yourself paying for your residency expenses. So a lot of expenses end up adding up to a whole lot. But once you have an ESL job, you would know that at least maybe after like every other month, every other 2 weeks, you are able to get your finances. So start with online jobs. You might not have a laptop and you have a phone. There are platforms where you can start teaching via mobile devices. Look into that. And you are paid in dollars. Majority of them pay in dollars. And we know how a dollar is strong in our countries. And if you don't have a job, stack in the maximum hours that are required. It doesn't matter if you wake up at 2 a.m. I used to wake up at 2 a.m. to meet my 8 a.m. classes in Vietnam whilst I was in Botswana. When everybody was starting work, going to work, that is the time where I was sleeping, having covered half of the day. And during lunchtime in my country of Botswana, there would be people up in Vietnam. I would be working until it's 5 p.m. in my country. Now everybody is home. And weekends, I will stack up my weekends with all the available hours so that I could rake in a lot of money. That was the time where I went back home and I was also broke and I needed to come back to Thailand. And I would make like $1,000 US, 1,200, 1,300. It took me around about like 4 months to have saved everything up. I had enough money to fly out again. So you can find platforms that will pay you up to like $20, $15, $10, even $5. It's not bad if you have no job. You're staying at home, you're not doing anything, and you're not experienced. The more you get experience, the more you can now excel in these platforms and find the ones that are high paying. So look into that plan of joining the ESL industry online. I have made a video on some of the things that you can, some of the things that you would need to prepare, and some of the links. There's a link that I've put, and I also put it in this video, where you can look for jobs. Go on TikTok and search Teaching English Online. There are people who are sharing information on how to do it. I happen to see a lot of people sharing information about teaching in the ESL industry, joining the ESL industry. Start by looking at that. If you're also still saving money, you can look for sponsors. You can look for sponsorship. Do your thorough research. It will take you a long time, or you can even be lucky within your first try you get sponsored to go and work there. Look at Vietnam. Look at Vietnam, please, and Cambodia. Vietnam as maybe being number one because they have sponsored a few people that I've seen, they've commented on my TikToks. Thailand is not that easy. They will sponsor you once you are within the country. Cambodia as well, if you are looking into that, you can, if you want to do it, you can look into it. Japan just opened as well for a lot of native speakers. I see a lot of non-native English speakers in Japan. It's a good market that I see it's coming up. I had no idea about it for non-native English speakers. So consider that and see if it's something that you can do. See you on the next video. Bye bye.